Welcome to Stallion TV at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Tanner Anderson, here with your news for February 15th, 2017. The GMA held its Georgia Day this past Saturday to honor the landing of colonists in Georgia on February 12th, 1733. Here's more on the story.
What did I see at Georgia Day? It was a nice little camp set up to represent a militia coming in and recruiting members to defend Georgia from the Union Army that was coming in. They had a nice 58 caliber infield musket. It's got a rifled barrel, and they had a demonstration of a guy shooting it. That was really cool.
There's 20 rounds on top, 20 rounds on the bottom. When you get low on the top, you have to pull this out, transfer rounds to the top while you're under fire. This is a blank cartridge, but the mini ball 58 caliber would be included in this. We take it, tear off the paper on the end of it, pour the powder in, push the ball into the barrel, pull this ramrod. Without this ramrod, this is a worthless club. Push the ball and the paper all the way down. When its hammer falls, it sends a spark into the barrel, which sets off the round. This weapon is accurate up to about 900 yards. I'm a portraying officer or lieutenant with the Georgia Sharpshooters, recruiting in the Macon area for service in the Confederate Army. I've always been interested in history ever since I was a kid, and went to Kennesaw Mountain back in summer of '94 with my family, and they're doing a living history medical thing there. And I just looked at my dad and said, I wonder what it'd take to get into this. And we talked to some people there, and we were at our first event 2 months later, and I've been doing it ever since.
It's supposed to spark more interest in the museum. This is something you don't see very often, and this was a Georgia sharpshooter unit. It's representing the sharpshooters from the Civil War, which were a division, and they were part of the militia for Georgia that helped defend Georgia from the Union coming in.
With these, this one here, I took and we made the act for it, which will be read at 1 o'clock at the Tift House. Once they're done though and printed, I actually have to wait a little bit, and I have to hang them up to dry because nothing in here fast dries except for my newspaper, which is the cool part. Right now what I'm working on is our militia enlistment papers. Lift it. That's what it turns into.
You have enough teeth to eat your meals with, sir?
Is there a cartridge with?
For the time being.
Small living histories like this is like the public finds you more approachable. Because some of the large battle events, people stay back as far as they think they can't talk to you. So it's nice being able to talk closer with people. It's of course it's actually my second time down here, first time doing this, but it's a nice site down here. I like it. My unit does, and we do both sides. My unit does Confederate Georgia Sharpshooters, also Federal is the 64th Illinois. But we do everything from living histories like this to small, large-scale battle events, reenactments, and even campaign events, immersion events, which is just the reenactors, not even any spectators involved. We just get out there for a whole weekend, and it's 18, 63, 64, whatever year. I enjoy doing it. I've been doing this since 1994, and it's increasingly gotten more and more in my blood.
6 of them would sleep in one tent, from what he said. That was one of the most things that stood out the most to me. That and the fact that you could shoot it from laying down. And there's a bunch of rolling involved, but you could still shoot it from laying down. That's pretty cool. 3 shots in a minute and 2 seconds was pretty cool, and he did it too.
Well, one thing I'd like to add is that without going into a lot of detail, a lot of people have misconceptions about Civil War reenactors, especially if they're wearing gray. I don't do this to promote one side or the other. The way I look at it, the way my unit looks at it, is that they were all Americans at the time, and we can't judge people in the past by modern norms and taboos. And people automatically look at me in the gray. And I mean, yes, I've got 9 Confederate ancestors that fought during the war, but my wife is from New York. She's got ancestors that fought in New York regiments. So again, I'm not out here to refight it. I just want to make sure that it's not forgotten.
Well, I just want to hope it seems like I want it to grow and get bigger so we get more stuff like that at the GMA, because it brings in more people. And when you bring in more people to the GMA, you get more money coming in, and the GMA can grow and spread its message, which I think its message is pretty good. It's free to ABAC students. You already pay for it with part of your tuition. It's a nice place to go and look and see. Even if you go once or twice, just go out to go see it, because again, it's free and you get to go see it for free. It shows that there's interest in it, and it lets them bring new exhibits in that might interest more ABAC students.
Visitors help celebrate the region and all those who settled and called Georgia their home. Coming up on the calendar, South Georgia will be coming together for South Georgia Strong Benefit Concert on Sunday, February 26, to help raise money for those affected in the recent storms. Thanks for watching another edition of Stallion TV at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Tanner Anderson, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.